Well, those Glasgow fans, they're hanging around, they're happy. And why? Because they won, and why? Because they're gazing longingly at their hero, Sione Tuipulotu. Well done indeed, many, many congratulations. They're happy, and why wouldn't they be? It's such a huge victory. But we know for the first 20 or so minutes, you were up against it, you had bags of possession, but you just couldn't break down the Sale defence, and then Sale are going 14-0 up. What's going through your mind? What got you on the winning way?
Yeah, to be fair, this first 20 minutes, the wind was challenging to play with, and we knew we were up against it. We knew we couldn't kick the ball, so we're going to have to get through a couple of phases and try and run it a bit. But credit to the Sale defence, they stood firm there in the first 20 minutes and put us under pressure and managed to put points on the board. But I think the game of two halves with the win gave us a bit of confidence that if we could maybe score before the half, and we ended up scoring twice, I felt like we would go with momentum into the second half and really put it on them.
Do you sort of get yourself into a mental state before the game and you almost prepare yourself and say, we know this isn't going to come easily, we know the weather is going to play a massive part on this, so we have to be patient, we have to bide our time. If we do things right, it will come our way.
Yeah, definitely. I think, we spoke about all week about coming away to a different venue that we're not used to playing at and maybe having to win the hard way, and the weather made us kind of do that tonight. And I just thought the carriers in the team, the tight carriers, we knew those boys had to have 15 to 20 carries for us tonight. It might not have looked as pretty as what we usually play on our Astro pitch back home, but I thought the work they did in the first 20 to 30 minutes laid the platform for us in the second 40.
Lawrence asked the question of Carl Stein earlier about the condition of the pitch, and people watching might be interested to say, how much of a difference does it make? You can tell us that. You just mentioned the surface you play on.
Yeah.
How much different is it?
To be honest, when it rains and when it's cold in Glasgow, because we play on a plastic pitch, you don't feel much of the moisture when you are playing. So then when you come play on, I don't know, this.
The other thing is,
if we listen very carefully, we can hear the grounds weeping.
Well, the other thing is, when you're playing into the wind in the first half, you're carrying the ball 7, 8, 9 phases before you kick it, and when you kick it, it's not going very far. Yeah. When you got the wind, you're playing 2 or 3 phases, so that takes a lot out of your legs. And I was going to ask that, there was a moment at the end of the game there where you gave that penalty away, and it was sort of squeaky bum time because you allowed him into the 22. Unfortunately, you got away with it.
Yeah, definitely. Look, to be honest, the ground itself, it does take it out of your legs more than, like, in the Astro, it kind of feels like you can run around all day long. Maybe the Saracens boys feel the same with their pitch, but when you come onto a ground like this, and especially when it's been raining, you can feel it in your legs, but they're going to be feeling it as well. They're playing on the same field, and we kind of back that we are a fit team. Franco runs us into the ground, to be fair, so we kind of back that we've done enough running to be fit and to play, long passages of play. And today we kind of had to go through, like you say, in the first half, 8, 9 phases before we could even get a kick away because it was difficult with the wind. But then in the second half, we go on 2 phases and kicking it 50, 60 metres. It's a big relief for the forwards and it's a mental relief as well.
I suppose your reward is an 8-day rest now, an 8-day turnaround before you play Toulouse, is it?
Toulouse, yeah.
Yeah, it's massive.
Let's go.
8 days, yeah. We'll take every day, won't we? But look, it's a massive day for the club, and it's pretty cool that, a club like that's obviously, they've won this competition a lot of times, but it's nice for our fans to be able to watch those boys play as well, Hopefully they can bring their best players and our fans can watch us boys go up against them. So I think it's a massive day for the club. I know it's almost, I think it's pretty much sold out now down at Scotstoun, and I'm really looking forward to it being a great day for everyone in Glasgow.
With the fixtures coming your way, you've got Toulouse at home, you've got Clermont away, you've got Saracens at home. Little bit of disappointment, obviously, in Scotland colours. How much does that carry into the performances that you want to put into a Glasgow shirt? Because this is a club competition, but it's also an international competition as well. So how much carryover comes into this?
Yeah, look, I think a lot, to be honest. You play with the same boys that you're playing at club in international. So the same boys that I was hurting with when I was playing for Scotland, when we had those results against New Zealand and Argentina, the same boys I'm out there with. And Franco spoke about it during the week. It's just using that frustration to come out here, and ultimately we want to have that feeling going back on the bus that we won, and we get that feeling today, but in 8 days we've got to do it against a very good team. So we know it's all but it's nice to win. That's what we come here to do, you know? It's nice feeling to go back on the bus and share Stafford's 100th game, and we can celebrate him as a player for the club. And yeah, it's a nice winning feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, give us a little feeling about the small messages that are being given out on the pitch, the little conversations, the looks to each other, just to guide yourself through those sticky moments.
Yeah, look, I think Stano does an amazing job captaining the club, and he's a very calm voice, and he's also a guy that I feel like lets other people lead as well, and I think that's why he's such a great captain for the club. And look, I think when it does get frantic, the most important thing is there's not too many voices. Yeah. And there's not too many people talking, and you only hear one voice, and then there's just, I suppose, 14 other people that go and action that message. That's when I found when we're the best, when there's a little bit less talking and maybe a little bit more doing. So we found a way to win tonight, but we know we've got to probably be better in 8 days' time to win again.
Great stuff. Well, many congratulations. I feel as though we should get someone to carry you, because this pitch might just be a little bit too difficult for you to walk on.
There's a few
people who offer to
there.
carry you. Well done.
Thanks very
many
much,
congratulations.
Awesome.
Go well against Toulouse.
Brother. Take care, and you.